them, but it's going to be up to Hungary to really allow them to get the angles on them, right? Because it's going to be also for Hungary, what are the guys that aren't in the compound going to do? Are they just going to sit behind them and try and shoot, or are they going to try and maybe flank around and figure some sort of way to help out their teammates?
First drop is once again a car of a teammate. That seems to be a thing in this matchup for every
there are
single
patterns.
map.
Certain patterns are being...
definitely. Look at that. So they try and spread along that line there, down to Nakam, to create a front line with different angles. But it seems, like to me right now, the Turkish setup seems to be a bit better.
Yeah.
But since we're in Sanhok, it's very individual in terms of positioning, and because there's so many different small hills and trees. It's hard to just predict it from just seeing the front line.
And with so much cover, if you exclude vehicles because they make a lot of sound, this is also the map to flank on. Because it's so much easier to hide it because you have so many trees, so much foliage, right? So if you send just like we saw in the Denmark-Sweden game on a wrangle, actually, that when they push down towards apps, what a difference just 5 people coming from behind can do. I mean, that completely obscured their entire sort of control of the area, that their high ground team got completely annihilated by those guys flanking around, right? So if you see something similar here, could be the difference maker. But for right now, once again, these very, 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 very stacked crates. Halloween, for now at least, only picked up by 2 people. They could send some more people back, but as you can see, everyone from Turkey has gone to the front lines.
A lot of shots, but not a single kill yet. Well, I'll say that once again it happens. Shun at least gets downed by Slippy Zerk. The AWM that we saw, that could also be a game changer. Just like the rotation, but currently it's stalled, basically. Yeah, both teams waiting.
We have one guy making it over. It's Ravens, and he's sitting on the far east side by himself. And I'm wondering whether he's daring to push even further.
If he waits long enough until everyone is shooting anyway and they're kind of confused because they need to go, he might have a good shot there.
He could. He very much could. I mean, look at where he is. He can flank around the entire side by himself. But Hute and Stonk, you can see they're kind of anticipating. BSD is even looking north now to figure.
Yeah, I was wondering about Stonk.
We don't see enough of those players right now. There must be more coming from somewhere.
Obviously, they counted all of them.
And it makes sense. Well, you don't. No, everyone. That's how it works.
But can you please raise your arm? 1, 2. Yeah, he's still going for it. Esmagas is taking shots. I think that's a bit too early. I think he should have waited a bit for his main force to start fighting. But I guess he did because once again the circle shifted.
It did shift out west, and sure as hell went in Turkey's favor. But now they have to utilize it. We've seen Hungary make those aggressive pushes, and they made it work in game number 1, even when it seemed like they were in position they would lose. They dared, and they pushed on forward to it. But this push up the hill, you can see already now, they have to go down the hill first into a very open compound, and then uphill on the other side with water in play too. It's going to be a hard run for them, that's for sure.
BSS action on CTR's Cayenne. Now switching, obviously, to the, that's the M4, right? The M416. And takes as much as a Hellcat in his flights. Bly plays. Man, he's the first. He's the first to fall. Get flushed here. 31 now on the side of Hungary against 32 on Turkey, but that's just a small margin right now. Not really an advantage.
So Turkey is splitting out now. I like to see it, taking control. But we talked about it as well in the previous game, how they get also these knocks, but they don't dare to really push them out on it. That's what worked really, really well for the Hungarian team, right? Get the knocks, get them down, and then continue to move forward. Iro, great headshot coming in there.
Yeah, but full move, and he still got him there. But I think Benz, he will walk around the fence there and flank them. Saw that on the map earlier. He might be in a good position, but Iro also in a great way. Yeah, there's Benz. So he moved around, but he's actually in trouble as soon as Lipson sees him, but he doesn't.
No, he's hidden for now. Question is gonna be, when do you want to reveal your position? Like, what is it gonna take for you to stand up and start shooting, right? Because so far he isn't really seen, and his entire team, I mean, they're all kind of making their way on up, and now they have been realized. Benz gets quick knocks coming in, though. 2 of them make that, and does go down, not completely, just a little bit of damage coming his way.
Yeah, he did good there. I mean, 2 knocks. Obviously, Hellcat fell, but they now they try to move out there. Now they try to do something. On that ridge line. They really move, and I think they kind of surprised the Turkish army. And look at that. There's so many all of a sudden. that sneaked around the place there.
That is the angle that could be the difference maker here. Had they had just one guy, because look at the small plateau, it's maybe 10 meters wide, the gap that he had to make that push on it, and he allowed not only to get up there, but also to tell his entire team, this is free, I just got in here, there's no one looking, come right now. And well, look at the amount of teammates that have just made that push on up, and they're all on the run on that east or western side.
Yeah, they got
now.
laps in, they take that off Mockingjay's hands now. That compound, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, they can be shot from the next compound, but still, that is a small win here for the Hungarian team.
Thing. I mean, they had nothing to play from. Look at the position they were in with the downhill push in the upper lane. The other side, Bench pretty much just, well, made that entire push for his team and continuously going forward, even though he was behind enemy lines. New circle, though, once again, despite the fact that Bench did everything he could. The Turks knew it all along and said, well, we ain't really going for that area anyway.
Boris Meister, he's all alone.
He got the circle.
In that small compound.
Yep,
he might face the whole Turkish army soon.
Yeah, that's not going to be optimal.
Is he trying to hide somewhere else? Or is he just running away?
He's now been spotted too, so it's not really going to make things any easier. He can chill around here for a little while, but for the well, yeah, for the Hungarian team, they did something impressive, and now they will have to repeat it should they want to get inside the next circle too.
Circle locks so far seem to be on the Turkish side, but that push showed that Hungary can definitely make something happen, even if the circle is not in their favor.
For sure.
Question is how much they can do, and it seems like they totally overlooked Mert. Mert wasn't ready for that. Nope, not at all.
Wow, aim raise. That's a good reaction play right there.
No, aim raise was actually without a weapon. He's still teammates laying next to him, right?
Yeah, Collateral.
Is he really just fighting there? Oh, wow. Wait for him to come up. Yeah, there he got caught.
Realizes there were a little more than 2 people on that side of things.
Yeah, someone moved down the hill already,
exactly.
so aim raise and Sabis, they were waiting on the other side. Once again, Hungary's on the move, and they're doing good. They're doing good when they move
trying to maneuver all the way around the side. They have the ridge to work with. They will have to cross that road eventually, though. And that's when Turkey has to be ready and sit there and shut them down. Because right now, they can keep them at bay. But we saw what happened before when they allow for, like, if there's just one angle that ain't held by anyone, it's going to allow for all these players to move around. Because Turkey, as opposed to Hungary is really playing as a unit right now.
Yeah, which obviously also means that there's one direction, there's only one direction they're coming from, not one direction band. So it makes it a bit easier for Turkey to decide where to shoot at.
Yeah.
But due to them moving that quickly, rotating that quickly, they're changing positions quite often.
And they kind of have to, right? Because they cannot let themselves be stale targets. I mean, if they all get pinned down behind X amount of trees on the ridge.
Oh, MVS not connecting the shots there.
Calendar did. That was just a nade, and it hit his teammate.
Oh, yeah. One door is down. Fanabush also. Oh, they've been taken apart there on that side of the compound.
And that allowed them to cross.
Once again,
that allowed them to cross. And they actually have the upper numbers now.
Down to 18 on the Turkish side once again because Hungary decided to just commit to it, run into it, and then see what happens. Rita, she found Supra. It's another kill. Sabis also falls. So that's Turkey.
And Boris is still in the compound.
Is he?
Yeah, still in the compound. He's holding the angle. He's defending his teammates, that's for sure. MFS all by himself far down south.
Krippy and MFS, yeah, they're still facing each other. MFS, who wasn't able to connect any shots from above on the immediate threat, but on the distance, it works a bit better for him.
He actually has a ton of vision, and Krippy is inside the house underneath him. MFS obviously knows this, and his teammate unseen not only on the Turkish team, but also on a daily basis. I love their team. Their team name is Kebabs, and they're from Turkey, so that's just amazing. And I think their in-game leader's name is Sheesh, so Sheesh Kebab.
Now I get really hungry.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think we need to order kebab. Hungary down to 19. Turkey, I'll just pick it up here. Turkey 17. Extasio, he falls to Smash Bay. And it seems like Hungary is just better on the move, even against a static Turkish. Oh, Krippy coming around. He might get 2, but MFS finishes him off, at least knocks him, not finished yet. But he's bleeding out, and they'd probably be able to either pick him or just let him die there because he's outside the circle, right?
No risk coming in. Him and Boris are the only 2 guys that aren't really with their teammates. And honestly, even though we say, you're sure, Boris is all alone and 10,000 days does know where he is, he could do damage. But right now, it's Raven's got himself 2 knocks, but not enough ammo in this weapon to keep on going. Would go down and return there in Tetris as to now start sort of doing something here as well. Because look, once again, at the split that Turkey has on these guys. 14-14, they've made a comeback.
Yeah, it's still a tie in a tight series. I mean, that is to decide a matchup. And then seeing this going down the last few men of the army and so close. 13-13, Dox falls. Rita gets knocked by the Hungarian squad. 13-13, so hopefully someone picks her up, brings her back in. Another one from Raven actually falls to Unseen, who moved around there. He's outside the circle, trying to flag from the back, basically.
I mean, right now, it's actually pretty impressive, because Turkey maybe not allowed them to cross, but with them crossing, they're like, sure, just contain them in there now. They're even going over on the west side trying to take control. MFS is kind of making his way over in that direction, right? So do not allow them to go anywhere from here.
Yeah, Hungary's pretty trapped now, right? I mean, they're trapped in that one compound.
Exactly.
While the Turkish side has players in every direction besides Boris Meister.
They do have Boris. They do have
Wait
Boris.
until Boris Meister will be the last, and then he rips everyone apart.
Or they have to look for him for 15 minutes, and he's just hiding in the bush, like screen time, screen time, screen time.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to wait.
Silvers gets killed as well. Down to 12-12. They really want to make sure that this is tied as long as possible.
Yeah.
Wow, Hellcat. No kill for him so far. In his squad, there had been 2 by Bench. That was the flank we saw. The early rotation of the whole, it was a flank first. It turned into a whole rotation of Hungary. Tetris gets knocked by Xong. There might be a grenade that could finish the job, but nope. Grenade's not even getting in there. Not in the strike zone.
Boris, once again, making the run on up. And again, with him, if he takes down Shaxi, if he takes down anyone here, they don't know that it's only one guy, and they will force them to also look the other way. And that could be the sort of the relief of pressure that that Hungary will need to be allowed to make the push out from this compound.
Boris Meister gets involved.
He is shooting. Now look at how many people are turning around. Look at how many turn around. They're all looking for him. Go, guys. Turkey, you only have 4 people holding you. Yet they just sent 5 guys over to deal with Boris. This is the break they need.
They don't know.
They have to go. He even got the circle, too. They need to make the run-up now.
Boris Meister is alone. Smash Play
He's doing everything he could. He just did everything he could to allow them to leave the compound.
I mean, they did now. It took them a while to react. Obviously, they were looking at where they need to pick up kills. Song was down. Trez on the other side. That's the clear trade. Also, Sicario falls 1,000 days. Gets knocked as well. There knocks all over the place. Now, it's still though 10-10. So nothing changed in terms of overall setup. Down to 9 now as Vasago falls on the Turkish side.
Gotta say,
someone has to be the highlight player now. Someone has to take this match and win it.
I mean, it's 8v8. It's a double squad fight coming into the very, very vast thing of end of things. I guess you can say Ravens.